Hello, new team members. It is Tuesday, September 24th, and there are so many of you on this call because so many of you were smart enough to take advantage of our free $20 basically shipping. That's basically what the $20 is for, kits. So you got to pick out $1,000 worth of jewelry for 20 bucks, and we're going to make sure that you meet your requirement of $1,000 in sales in 30 days from the day that you ordered that kit. So that's what tonight's call is all about. So for those that I have not met yet, my name is Michelle Zito. I am your company vice president. And I've been with Park Lane for coming up now on 6 years. And I have a 19-year career in direct sales in general. My job here at Park Lane and here on our team is to support you and to train you and to cheer you on so that you have a successful business here. Now, if we're not already friends on Facebook, feel free to friend me. Oh, that's a good alliteration there. Feel free to friend me right from the Shine On team page. I love when I'm Facebook friends with our team members because it helps me to do your recognition a little easier and helps us to get to know each other. So if you have not already been added to our Shine On group, please make sure that your leader does that. If you're not a Facebook person, we really have to ask you to become one because otherwise you're really going to miss out. The Facebook group is where we share when the trainings are, lots of valuable information, pictures that you can use on texting and social media and stuff, and you'll just be real connected to the team through our Facebook group. So we're just thrilled to welcome you to the team. Please know that I do this call pretty much weekly. And the reason for that is so that you know that this information takes place each week. Some of you actually already have a recruit because you went and told a friend or family member, oh my gosh, I just started a Park Lane business for 20 bucks. You should too. And so some of you are brand new and haven't even done a show and already have a recruit. And some of you will recruit somebody in the next couple of weeks. And you know what? We don't expect a brand new person to turn around and train anybody. You just got here. Your job is to learn yourself. So this call takes place pretty much every Tuesday night so that even the newest people or the most experienced person can still have their new team member come on here and receive the same start out info that you did. So good for you to know. So on tonight's Zoom here, we're going to focus on our Rich Rewards program. The Rich Rewards program is that which allows you to add free jewelry and supplies to your kit. We're going to focus on how to introduce your family and friends to your new business. And that would include, of course, having a fun and successful launch party. So I hope that you are ready to take notes. Now, speaking of notes, I am going to share some words with you that work, meaning some scripts. The scripts you don't have to attempt to write down. That's preposterous. They're already in a document on Shine On, and we'll just, bump that back up to your attention. And or your recruiter can tag you in that document so that you can refer back to that. There's other little things that you're going to jot down. So let's see. I'm just going to change it to the gallery view for a second. Wow. Okay, so we have lots of new team members on tonight. I see that pretty much everyone is on mute. But for the sake of time, I think that we will say a big welcome to everybody. I see lots of new names, lots of new faces. This is fantastic. I hope that you enjoy not just tonight's Zoom, but every Zoom that we do as a team. Every Tuesday afternoon at noon Eastern, we do a lunch and learn, which is a focused topic that will help you in your business. And it is, of course, recorded and then reposted so that if you are not available at 2 o'clock on a given Tuesday or any Tuesday, then you can always go back and watch the replay. And that's pretty much the case with all trainings that are done, including this one. Okay, so Park Lane really is super generous to us. They know that we always want to earn more jewelry. It doesn't matter if you started yesterday or if you started 6 years ago, 10 years ago. Anybody who works here at Park Lane will tell you we always want more free jewelry. However, we don't always want to be buying jewelry. That's not why we started the business. I'm going to assume that you all joined this business to make money, not to spend it, right? Because hobbies cost money, businesses make money. So if you wanted a hobby, you all could have gone out and joined a bowling league, right? But you didn't join a bowling league. You started a business. And in that business, we want you to make money as well as get a lot of free jewelry. So Park Lane has set up for us the Rich Rewards program. And this is our monthly program that allows us to earn free jewelry as well as discounted catalogs every single month. Now, of course, this is in addition to getting paid. At no time are we ever paid in jewelry for our efforts. The jewelry is always a bonus. All right, so would you like to earn free jewelry every month along with your weekly paycheck? All right, so I'm going to do a quick screen share here and show you the brochure that you can follow for your Rich Rewards each month. So let's just jump on that real quick, and I'm going to do a quick once-over of the Rich Rewards program. So if you've never signed into the Park Lane website before, you use your email and the password that you set up, and then this is where you redeem your Rich Rewards. So if you see here, I'm entitled, I already claimed my level 1, I can do level 2, and I'm almost to level 3. I still have sales and stuff to enter, so there's a whole I'm on my way. But where do you find this brochure? You click Field Interface, and the Field Interface is where you're going to get all your valuable information. What contests are going on at any given time? What is the sale? What are the customer specials? That's all where this is. So we're going to go to the downloads. What is that random drawing on my screen? How weird is that? Who's drawing on my screen? What is happening? That's so weird. Okay.
Your mouse is possessed.
It really is. First it didn't want to go on. Now it's drawing things. I really feel like somebody else was doing that though. Okay. So we're going to the Rich Rewards Club brochure. Okay, so I would recommend printing this out so that at no time do you miss out on something because you didn't realize how close you were. So here's our Rich Rewards program. This goes on every single month. So level 1 is $250 worth of free jewelry, and you earn that when you submit $1,000 in sales in the first 2 weeks of a Park Lane month. Now, we're going to do a little detour right now into what is a Park Lane week and what is a Park Lane month. So if you could all take a look at just any calendar, whether you just look at your phone calendar or if you have a paper calendar in front of you. Okay, so this is the one I bring to shows. This is my September calendar. Okay, so the last Wednesday of the month is month end in Park Lane World, which means that August ended on August 28th, and then the Thursday, the very next day, Thursday, August 29th, was the first day in September. All of our pay weeks run Thursday to Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday, August 28th was the last day of August, making August 29th the first day of September. So week 1 of September was August 29th to September 4th. That was week 1, and then you get paid. You get an email on Friday letting you know what your paycheck is, and you'll receive that direct deposit on Tuesday. Okay, so then week 2 was September 5th to the 11th. So whatever sales all of us put in from August 29th to September 11th comprised the first 2 weeks of September. So everyone who sold $1,000 in that 2-week time period is rewarded by picking out $250 worth of jewelry of their choice. All you pay on that is the tax on that and the $650 shipping. So then we continued on into the second half of the month. So week 3 ran from September 12th to the 18th, and that's where we started doing the Shirley's Birthday Weeks promotion, which we're still working on because we're currently in September week 4, the 19th to the 25th. Okay, so level 1 is based on the first 2 weeks, and then we continue on where all of the remaining levels are cumulative for the entire month. All right, and then month end will be September 25th, which is tomorrow, and then October will begin on September 26th. Okay, so level 2 is our free catalogs. When you sell $1,500 in sales over the course of the entire month. Now, of course, if you did the 1,000 in the first 2 weeks, you're already a good portion of the way there. But if you didn't, then we're just doing all the rest of the levels here. You get to do buy one, get one free catalogs. So that means that you place an order for 20 and pay for 20, but you actually will receive 40. So 20 is the minimum. If you order 30, you'll get 60 and so on. We are using the current catalog all the way through the end of January. So there is no reason to live on the edge with your catalogs. If you earn some buy one, get one free catalogs, place a decent size order because some guests will keep them at the show. You need them for host packets. You need them at your parties. So don't be stingy with your catalogs because you barely have any. When you earn some rich rewards, get a bunch. Okay, level 3. Is another jewelry level. When you put in sales of $2,500 in the entire month, then you get that month's ensemble of the month. The ensemble of the month is whatever piece Park Lane decides is ensemble of the month, and then you can immediately start selling it the following month. So, for example, my earring fell on the floor because of the aforementioned mess. But a couple of months ago, this was the ensemble of the month. We got the confetti set. The reason we all just received the Leilani. This is a $100 necklace, with another $50 necklace hanging from it. Oh my gosh, you too can be a company vice president with Park Lane Jewelry. Oh my Lord. Okay. Anyway, pretend like you don't see that. Actually, you probably wouldn't have seen it if I held it right. This is the Leilani necklace. Normally $106. We received this absolutely free last month for selling $2,500 in the month. So that is an awesome promotion and a way to add something fresh to your kit every month. Level 4 is another $300 in jewelry. That's sales of $4,000 in the whole month. And again, these are cumulative. So once you earn level 3, you move on to do level 4. So keep track of what you're earning, because can you imagine missing out on $300 worth of jewelry because you sold $3,890? That's $110 away from $300 worth of free jewelry. Okay, now that's all the sales levels. You also earn free jewelry by team building. So a month in which 2 people join your team and qualify, you get another $300. And a month in which 4 people do, you get an additional $300 for a total of $600 in the recruiting department. So that means that we have the ability, the opportunity to earn about $1,100 worth of free jewelry as well as catalogs each and every month. So keep your eye on it. Again, once you earn it, you go to that initial screen in the beginning, and that's where you redeem for it. So if I wanted to redeem my free catalogs right now, all I do is click that. It takes me to what I should claim. Okay, always if you have an older one, use that. But I did recently do my last catalog. So once you do this, you're just saying, how many you want. Put your credit card info in for the tax and the shipping, and off we go. So that is our Rich Rewards program. Oh, no. Stop share. Okay, does anyone have a question about Rich Rewards? All right, so then we're going to continue on. So would you like to earn your Rich Rewards along with your paycheck? All right, so then let's jot down some numbers. You have your pen and paper. Please write down 12 to 15 average orders. 12 to 15 average orders. Okay, next, you're going to write down $1,000 in sales. $1,000 in sales. And then finally, write down $300 in commission. $300 in commission. So what do these numbers mean? When you collect 12 to 15 average orders for your launch party, and for that matter, any party that you do, you can expect that that will yield you about $1,000 in sales, which will then earn you an approximately $300 paycheck. Does that sound good? Would you like a $300 paycheck at your launch party? Would you like a $300 paycheck at pretty much any party? Do you know 12 to 15 people that have a neck? Okay, do you figure that anybody you do a party for knows 12 to 15 people with a neck or some ears or fingers or wrists? Okay, that means that everybody can get that number of orders for their party. So having a successful launch party that your leader is probably doing for you, if not at least helping you in some way, is an important part of starting your business off strong and making sure that you're going to have business that goes beyond your family and friends. Okay, so there are 3 steps that are going to make your launch party a success. Here's where the writing part comes in again. Step 1 is you're going to have 2 launch shows. You're going to over-invite and invite everyone to those 2 parties. That is step 1. To 2 launch shows, over-invite and invite everyone. Step 2, invite using multiple methods and know what to say when doing that inviting. And step 3 is to fill your calendar with parties so that you get used to the practice, you become smooth at what you're doing, and you earn lots of rich rewards along with your weekly check. Okay, fill your calendar with parties so that you can earn your rich rewards, make a great paycheck, and get good at your job. Okay, so let's go over each of these 3 steps. So step 1, have 2 launch parties, over-invite and invite everyone. I do highly recommend scheduling 2 launch parties, one with your leader if geography or technology allows, and then probably one without her as well. Now, why is that? When you invite people to say Friday and they're like, oh, I can never come on Fridays, Mikey has basketball. You're going to say, oh, no problem. I'm also having a one that's a brunch and bling on Sunday. I would love for you to come to that one. So see how that gives you the ability to kind of, you know, not two out at the same time, because you have a backup for the no's that are automatic just due to the day or the time where really they would have liked to come. Now, about 1/3 of who you invite will actually end up in the living room, okay? So that means that if you invite 30 people, you can expect you'll have 7 to 10 guests. Now, 7 to 10 guests is actually quite good, but wouldn't 15 guests be better when your leader is there helping you? Wouldn't 20 guests be better to help you build your kit and help you get that big first paycheck? It would. So take advantage of the fact that your leader is helping you, and get as many adults in that room and placing orders online with you and whatnot as you possibly can. Make a list of everyone that you're going to invite and ask your friends and family to help you think of additional names. As you're building this list, make sure you diversify it and don't prejudge people, because remember, you're not going to have a successful launch if only your cousin Gina and your other 4 cousins are there, because that's all one group. And when it comes time to booking shows, the most you're going to get is 1 booking, because then everyone else is going to say, I'll go to Sue's, right? So you want to be branching out into 5 different areas. And then you have like 5 different groups of people or categories of people that you know in your life. Okay, so you're going to hear a lot about, did you invite Frank? And what Frank is really, it's your Frank list. Friends, relatives, associates, meaning like people that you know from, say, work or something. FRAN is your neighbors, past and present. And then K is people that you know through kids. Okay, so make sure that you're inviting all these different categories. If you think, I'm not inviting Fran because she never has any money and I don't want to put any pressure on her. No, Fran might want to book a party to get what she can't afford to buy. Fran might want to join your team so that she can make some money and stop not having money. So you're going to invite Fran. If you're about to say, I'm not inviting Sue, she's always so busy, guess what? Sue can decide for herself if she's too busy not to come. You don't want to leave her out and find out that she was upset that you left her out. And busy people always get the most done anyway. So let Sue come and have a nice night on your couch. Please remember to invite your neighbors. Remember, your neighbors can look out the window and see if you're having people over. Don't be that neighbor where you're aggravating her. If she wants to be nosy and come into your house, let her come on in with her Visa card. It's a great way to meet the neighbors. It's a great way to expand your business locally. It's a great way to maintain your attendance. If there's a monsoon on the night of your show and people don't want to drive, guess who's still coming? The neighbors. They only have to run across the street with an umbrella and they get to drink all the wine they want and run back across the street. Your neighbors are awesome people to invite. Okay? You can never insult anybody by inviting them, only by excluding them. So just always err on the side of inviting, okay? Now, your out-of-staters, your long-distance people, do invite them also because, yeah, we know they're not getting on a road trip. But what they are going to do is place an online order, and that also helps you towards your getting a better paycheck, as well as it helps you towards your 10 orders. Because remember, you're getting to double dip at your launch party. Your launch party allows you to be both the hostess and the stylist. So when you have 10 orders on your show, you get the double free credit of $400 in jewelry shopping. If you have 11 orders, you get $440. 12 orders is $480. That's our goal for you, is to get you that amount of shopping. And every online order, even if it's for one pair of $20 whisper earrings, helps you towards that goal. Now, just as a quick aside, how many of you do have another job, like a regular either full or part-time job? Okay, so how many of you received a 5% raise recently at that job? Okay, that's a pretty common. So guess what? Park Lane is willing to give you a 5% raise, even though it's pretty much your first day here. And here's how. When one person joins you in this business, and everybody who starts with a friend or family member statistically does better because you have that friend or family member to lean on and bounce ideas off of and go to functions with and everything. When they sell $1,000 in their first 5 weeks, and you've sold 1,000 when you started, or you've had a month where you sold 1,000 in that 1 month, then you've met the 2 requirements for promoting to branch director, and that makes you bump up from 30% commission to 35% commission. Now, if you're wondering money-wise, what does that mean? If you did a $600 party as a fashion director, your paycheck will be $180. But when you promote to branch, that same exact party, you're getting paid $210. Now, imagine that's twice a week, and then again the following week. And by the end of the month, you're up to almost $100, dollars plus extra just because one person joined your team. And here's the thing. In Park Lane, there are no demotions ever. So if that person quits, never to return, and you never recruited another person as long as you worked here, you would still keep your title of branch director, and you would keep that 35% commission raise forever. So if any of you ever worked at another direct sales company where you got demoted, you lost any kind of perks or privileges, that does not happen here at Park Lane. So when you're talking with friends and family about your new business, people will naturally ask you a little bit about the business end of it. You do not have to have a ton of information. You do not have to be able to train them. You only need to be excited. People are attracted to excitement. So all you have to say is, oh my gosh, yes, you're right. It is amazing. I am loving the jewelry. I'm getting tons of compliments. We should totally do this together. That's it. Yes, we should totally do this together. Would it be okay if my friend, now you're going to say the name of the person that is mainly training you. So it might be, would it be okay if my friend Beth? Would it be okay if my friend Phyllis? Would it be okay if my friend Donna? Okay? That's the person's name that you're going to say. If you forget and you panic, just say Michelle and I'll do it. Okay? So would it be okay if my friend, Beth gave you a call? She's the one answering all of my questions, and I want to make sure you get the right information also. Make sure you just say friend. Don't freak people out with like my recruiter, my upline. These are makes it sound like you joined the army. Okay. So just say my friends. People understand that a lot better, and we are your friends. Okay. So that's it. If when you hang up from this Zoom today, you're going to think about people. There's going to be names that constantly pop into your mind of, who would love this? My friend Janine from college. Jot down the name. Keep a running list of, use the notes function in your phone if you're more of a technology person. But just jot down names. Text them to yourself, but text them to your leader and say, hey, I actually would love to share this information with my friend Janine from college. She was always the most fashionable one, and I really feel like it would be fun to work with her. We will call her with you. We will get in touch with her. That will make you your leader's favorite new person when you do that. That's not annoying at all. That means that you want to build, and when you build, we build, and that's what we're all here for. So please let us help you with that. We're super happy to do it. So keep that list going. All right, so that was step 1, which is to do 2 launch parties, over invite, and invite everyone. I just threw in the little bonus about the 5% raise. Okay, so let's move on to step 2. And the second step is to invite using multiple methods and to know what to say. It is super important that you use multiple invitation methods, meaning that you are calling people, actually dialing a phone and talking on it, okay? Calling people, that you're texting, that you're using Facebook Messenger, that you might even use the actual postcards that came in your kit and send somebody something in the mail that they will enjoy to see that's actually not a bill. You can set up a Facebook event for your show. So you can email out, you can use Evite. There are so many different methods, but you definitely need to use at least 3 or 4 of what I just said, if not all of them, because if you only make a Facebook event, that is the death of your party. Many people will never see that. If you only text, what about the people what about like your grandma maybe who's not gonna, who doesn't text? If you only call, what about your best friend who never answers? She only answers to text, right? So that's why we need to use a bunch of different methods. And that method can never be a group chat of any kind. No group texting, no group Facebook messaging. Here's why. Number one, everyone hates that. It's annoying and your phone goes off every 2 seconds while you're at work and everybody else seems to be at home with nothing else to do but talk on this group chat about things that are not about your party. Number two, the general rule of thumb, and it's important for you to know this and for your hostesses really as well, the no's come first. So when you send out a group chat, an invitation really of any kind, if someone knows they can't go, they answer that right away, right? Don't you do that too? If someone says, hey, we're going to go to the movies next Friday, if you knew right off the bat, oh, Friday is, Mikey's playoff game, then you're going to respond right away and say, hey, sorry, can't come. It's Mikey's playoff game. So the no's come first, which is completely normal, but now put that in a group chat. And now you have 30-something people in a group chat, and the first 5 responses are, I can't come, I can't come, I can't come, I can't come. What is the message sent out to the rest of the group? No one's going to that. And now people who would have gone are now just making up excuses why they can't go, and now it seems like no one wants to come to your party. Meanwhile, if those 5 people had just responded on a normal text, nobody would have known about it, and you could have proceeded on with your show as normal. So can everyone promise me there will be no group texting and no group Facebook Messenger? Okay, thank you. Okay, so what are we saying? Something just super simple. Hey, Sue, I'm so excited. I decided to start a business with Park Lane Jewelry. Are you familiar with Park Lane? And then have the normal ensuing conversation. Either they have or they haven't. And then you can say, I'm actually launching my business this Saturday at 7, and I would love for you to be here. You know you're the most fashionable one in our bunch. I would really value your opinion on the jewelry. Can you come? That's it. You don't have to send a whole big long thing. It's just super conversational and casual. You just want them to come and feel important. When you can say why you want them to come, that's really helpful. If they say they can come, then you say, great, I'm so excited that you can come. I'm going to text you an official invitation. Please text that to anybody that you want to bring along, because it'll be so much more fun with a big group. The bring a friend is the most magical guest in the room, because your friend is going to say to herself, who do I know that loves jewelry? And then they will bring that person. So that is a quality guest. That's not somebody who's coming because they owe you a favor, because they know they live across the street and you'll know if they didn't show up. They just come because they love jewelry. One of my neighbors actually brought her sister and her aunt to my launch party, and that sister has bought thousands of dollars of jewelry from me in these almost 6 years. She's been a host. She's done everything you could ever do. And that aunt has been to numerous more functions with me and has spent many, many, many hundreds. And I would have never met either of them if I didn't, A, invite my neighbor that I wasn't even that friendly with, and B, encourage that same neighbor to bring a friend. So super important. Now, if they can't come, and that includes if they can't come to your second backup date, right? Then you're going to say, okay, no problem. Would it be okay if I stop by one day next week and show you the jewelry? I would love to get your opinions on what I should continue to add to my kits, or what I should show from what's in my kit. And then just go by their house one day next week with your kit, with your hostess benefits, and get their opinions. Usually when you do a one-on-one appointment with someone, they either place an order or they agree to have a show because they're so impressed with the jewelry and how beautiful it is and how much they can get when they host a show. So does that sound like something that you could say that you're willing to say and do? Okay, fantastic. So let's move on to step 3. Step 3 is to fill your calendar with the number of parties that you want to do, whatever your goal is. However, do shoot for doing like 5 or 6 shows in your first 5 or 6 weeks. Because you want to really get in the groove. Sometimes people will make the mistake of doing their launch party and one more, and then saying, you know what, this isn't for me. That would be the equivalent of starting a new job on a Monday and on Tuesday saying, this is not for me, and quitting. Now, you would never do that, right? Don't you usually give a job like a couple of months before you decide if it's for you or not? You kind of have to do the same thing here. Really decide you're going to give it 6 months minimum, because that's how you can build up your collection. You can get better at the job. And if you're doing 1 to 2 shows a week, you get to make those corrections. When you say, oh, I forgot to say this tonight, I'm going to make sure that I say that tomorrow night's party. It's not another 3-4 weeks before you do another show, because then you're like the kid who has to learn how to ride their bike over and over and over and over again. So remember, those first 6 shows, 2 of them are your launch party. 2 of them we can probably book from your launch party. We're really just asking you to find 2 more. You can find 2 shows, and we're going to find you 2 more, and the other 2 are your launch. That is 6 shows that you can do in your first month, and you are going to have a great weekly paycheck. You are going to have free jewelry coming out of your ears, and you're going to be so happy with the decision that you made to join Park Lane. So as you are reaching out to people, remember, you can invite them to your launch first, but what you can do is ask them to have a show first. And if they say no to that, then invite them to your launch. And if they can't come to your launch, then ask them if you can stop by to do that one-on-one. And remember, you're not asking people to necessarily have 20 people in a blender. 3 to 5 friends. You know what, Sue? I need to have 1 big show and 1 little show. Would you be able to have either one of those? Let her decide what's big and what's little. To some people, a little gathering is 9. So let them think that's a little one. A little one is really 2 or 3, but if she wants to think 9 is little, have at it. Sometimes they say they'll have a little one, but then when they hear that they get 10 orders, they get $400 in free credit, they suddenly decide they want more people. Now, there are going to be people that say no to everything. No, I don't want to have a show. No, I don't want to come to your show. No, I don't want you to have an appointment with me. So just be aware that that's just part of the job, that people are going to tell you no. And it doesn't mean, no, Jessica, I hate you. That is so annoying. Why would you have even asked me that? Don't ever call this house again. That's not what they're saying at all. They just mean, no, you know, I'm not into that right now. It might not mean no, not ever. It can just mean no, not right now. It might mean no, not ever, but it doesn't matter. It's a big world out there, okay? When I started my business, my own mom said to me, I'm not having one of those parties. And 19 years later, she has not had one of those parties. And yet somehow, I'm a company vice president here at Park Lane Jewelry. It didn't matter. There were cousins that had shows with me, and my friends from college that had shows with me, and some of my husband's family. And at every one of those shows, I met 2 or 3 more people that wanted to. And that's what's gone on for the last 19 years. And that's what's going to happen for you too. Even if your sister says no, your mom, your best friend, sometimes the people that you think will support you the most will be the worst. And then all of a sudden, that girl that you were hardly friends with in high school is suddenly like, yeah, come on over. I love jewelry. So you just never know where those yeses are going to come from. That's why you want to keep your list as a constantly worked on project. You don't make a Frank's list once. A Frank's list is constantly being made. You'll always remember somebody else. Think of somebody new. Plus, new people come into your life, right? It's a new school year. If you have children in a new school or they moved from nursery to pre-K, that's a new set of moms. Maybe you moved and now you have different neighbors. Your husband changed his job and now you have to go to that company barbecue. Guess what? You bling yourself out at every company barbecue like nobody's business, because the number one conversation starter statistically is a necklace. So always pick a really cool necklace and or really cool earrings to wear to any function from now till the end of time, because it will help you be more comfortable chit-chatting, and people will come to you to start. So please don't take no personally. It's never personal. It's just a matter of, do they want our service right now or not? Because it is a service that we are offering. It's a service of our expertise. It's a service of our sale. And there's no reason to be upset or offended when people tell you no. So, all right, that's a lot of steps, and I know that this was a lot in a short amount of time, but what I'm going to do is stop the recording so that I can just do any last minute questions that you guys have in person. But you have the steps now, so it's just a matter of moving forward and getting those shows booked, because that is really the key thing. Put as many shows on your calendar as you can. All right, so